Hi there, I'm Abby and this is Abby's Den. Welcome. Okay, so here's that overlocker that's been causing a riot in the UK at the moment. Lidl have brought this out. I've made a couple of videos to sort of get people started. I'm a sewing teacher by trade, so surprise, surprise, I thought I'd share and help. Well, initially it was set up to help one or two ladies that had asked me questions, and it sort of just progressed from there. People keep asking questions, I keep putting more posts out, and this overlocker has just really caused a whirlwind. So we've done a few projects. I've got some nice fabric bought. I've got a lot of fabric. So this fabric, I decided to make a cover. One of my ladies said her cat is licking her threads, so she needs a cover. You do need to cover your machines. They do get dusty. We don't want dust in our machines. It's not good for it. The other thing I want to make is a pair of lounge pants. I've got some nice fabric for me. Nights are drawing in. Look at that outside. This is supposed to be nice and bright and sunny, but it is winter. So, which one should we make? And you guys asked for the lounge pants. Way more people asked for the lounge pants over the overlocker cover. I will be making both of them because I do need to make both of them. But let's do the lounge pants first. There's a few maths involved. I'm keeping it very simple. I'm targeting those of you who are very new beginners, those who are very beginner overlocker users. And I've actually looked around, and a lot of the lounge pants are being made using templates, and I want to avoid doing that. I want you to create your own patterns. That's just who I am. I want you to create your own patterns. So you would be helping me a lot if you comment below. If you make the method using the, so if you make the trousers using the method I've taught you in this video, please comment, and it's really important that you do. Please comment below. Let me know how you get on. Did it work? Didn't it work? Hopefully they will work because I make them for my family and they do work. The methods worked for ages, but I want them to work for you. So we're using the very basic pattern in this one. So it's a simple one piece cut for two, cut two pieces of fabric out of one pattern shape. It will have a fold over casing for your elastic band and a blind hem. So we're going to use the blind hem method again for the bottom, for the top, and all of it will be done on the overlocker. Please comment below, let me know what you think. If you don't think it will work, comment. If you tried it, it worked, hurrah, I want to know. If it didn't work, comment and let me know what didn't work. Does this video make sense? I need to know. If you give me the feedback, I'll keep helping. And if I don't have any feedback, I'll assume no one's watching, no one knows, no one cares, it's not even an issue, and I'll just stop. So your feedback is really crucial to these videos continuing. Right, let's crack on and let me show you what you need to do. First thing we're going to do is lay the fabric. Now, you have a woven edge, that's called the selvage, and that's the edge. The shop will cut the fabric for you, so it's uneven. I've got double layer. So when you buy stretch fabric, it tends to come quite wide. It tends to come 60 inches wide. So you don't need as much as you think you do. Now, unless you're particularly big, which might be the case, you might need double the length. So you'll need to have it single and lay the fabric out twice. So I need to measure the length of my leg. Okay, so if I had a helper, that would be really useful. So I'm going to stand on it, don't overstretch it, and then just walk it down and then have a little peep to see where it's landed. And I've got a length of 43 inches. Allow an extra inch for the hem at the bottom because I'm going to do a blind hem. I'm going to add another 5 inches to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'll add 4 the fabric is uneven. So what I'll do first is give me a good ground base there. Measure 48 inches along, or if I measure it along 2 or 3 points, I can just join the dots. Make sure I've got 48, and then I'm going to do it on the fold as well. And that means I've definitely got a 48. So I've just joined the dots there. And then join the dots to there. Okay. What we need to do is measure the hips. Okay, so grab a tape measure and get the fullest part, that's right across the stickiest, outest bit. Very technical in here. Okay, so now we're going to work out how wide our fabric needs to be. That width is also known as the crotch line. That's the widest part of our pattern piece. So you've measured your hips. Hips come up at 40 inches. Okay, now we're going to do a magic sum. But first I'm going to add a 1 inch seam allowance to that. So that makes it 41 inches. I'm going to times that by 4, but then divide it by 5.5. Okay, and that gives us, so this number here, I've spent a while working out. I've been spending a while working out a magic number for you. So I think that would work, unless you're particularly big or particularly small. This will be fine for most people. Let's do this. So it's 41. We'll times that by 4, and then that equals that. Divide that by 5.5, and that gives me a measurement of 29.8, but I'm going to round it up to 30 inches. Let's work on numbers that we can do. So our crotch, or my crotch width, is actually 30 inches. I need to know how far down is going to be my crotch line. Now we need to do another sum. So your crotch, so we're going to call that our crotch line. Oop, CL, crotch line. And this one we'll call R. So that's R. The rise, so that's how far down I need to go from the top to the crotch line. That's going to be whatever my hips were. So I'm going to put 40. I'm going to divide that by 4. I'll add my 1 inch plus whatever it is I want to do for my waistband. So what my waistband, I've added the 5 inches. So that gives me 40 divided by 4. We're going to add 1. And then we're going to add 5. And that gives me a rise of 16 inches. That's 16. Mark it. 16. Mark it there. And again, because the crotch line is the full width of my fabric, I'm going to go all the way across. So you might have smaller hips or bigger hips. If you've got smaller hips, obviously start from the middle and measure outwards. So half the leg is there and half the leg is there. Okay, so that's now our crotch line. So that's the full width of the crotch line. Okay, so this is my centre here. This is the centre line, and that's my crotch line there. We don't need to worry about this centre line now, that's gone. We've finished with that. That was just to help us identify where the crotch line would sit and centrally. from this side, I'm going to call this my centre back. So I'm going to bring this in 5.5 inches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to mark it at 5.5. You're asking me why? Well, this is your centre back, and you need to allow room for your bottom to sit down. Okay, I'm going up that way, and I'm going to go halfway up, and I'm going to measure at 8. Now, those people who've been to college and university and learned all this are probably screaming right now at how terrible I'm doing this. But this has worked for me for a long time. It's very not technical, and I don't believe we need to make clothes very technical. Okay, so find a curve. So I've gone halfway down, I'm keeping that bit straight, and I am going to curve that round. Okay, and as the blue develops, you'll see it more at the front. So I'm going to go in only 3 inches this time, and I'm going to draw a straight line up towards the top, and this side is straighter than the back, so I'm only going to go up 1/4 of the way. So this time, let's measure it again, it's 16 inches, isn't it? So 16 inches, 1/4 of that, I'm going up to 4. So I'll keep all of that straight up to the 4, and I'm going to just curve there. And keep that regular, keep that at a right angle there, and just find a nice curve there. So that's it really. And then at the bottom, we just choose how wide we want our pants to be. If you want them wide as this, keep them wide, so they palazzo. So palazzo pants are really wide. If you want them to be narrow, you might like them tight fitted. Just measure around your ankle and decide how big a flap you want around the ankle. Carry on that centre line along there, and I'm going to do 10 inches both ways. So I'm going to have it at 20 and at 10. And then what you do is you join the line. Let's get that long ruler. So join a long ruler from there to there, and just join the dots. Okay. Much better. So hopefully everything's made sense to you. Go back and watch anything that didn't. Comment, ask below any questions you need to ask, and then we'll work on this in the next video.